A 76ers post-game stream. We just witnessed an exciting matchup, and now it's time to hear your thoughts and reactions. We'll be taking live callers to get your take on the game and see how you're feeling about the team's performance. So it's Friday night, time to kick back, grab your favorite beverage, grab your phone, and get ready to share your thoughts with the Bulls community. P.Kidd, you ready to hit it?
Let's dive in.
All right, let's get it underway. All right, we're back once again for the Chicago Bulls 76ers post-game show. Damn, what a great game this was. 126 to 112. The Bulls finally showed that they have some heart and they can actually put away a really good team, though they were without Joel Embiid. Zach LaVine led with 11 three-pointers, just shy of that 14 Clay record that we were all hoping to see, but the time and it ran out before we could actually get to it. But Kidd, what's your immediate reaction to this game and your feel of the Bulls here after two really big wins in a row?
Yep. For one, two really big wins in a row. We absolutely need it. We know what our record is. We know we're sub 500. And so now as we get closer to this trade deadline, as we get closer to the mid-market half all-star break, we want to make sure that we have good position. We do have one of the top 5 toughest schedules in the league. I think they purported it. So we know that it doesn't get really easy. So it's for us to have matchups against the Sixers without Joel Embiid, for us to be able to, go against some other teams who are kind of laboring right now. Got to take advantage of it. Got to clean up. Got to do some things. And it looks like we're headed in the right direction. I know this is the first of a back-to-back. We got Utah tomorrow. So I'm happy to see that we actually put this game. We didn't go into overtime. We didn't struggle too much with this one. This seemed to be a game that we kind of handled in the second half. And so, I'm loving that. I'm just hoping that momentum carries over to the next one. But Zach, monster game, showing that absolutely with all the reports that, it's his team. He wants to rock in key moments. He absolutely showed why he should today. I hope he continues that, especially as he's feeling better. And I hope that that's something DeMar can actually support, as we know we still need his production later on. And Vooch with the near triple-double. Good Lord. What you got?
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself real quick so that I can dial in so nobody gets our secret code or anything like that, so we can start taking some callers. But I know we got some people on the line already. So just go ahead and.
Oh, yeah, no. Let me know when you're ready.
Let's get some people some stats, and I'm going to mute myself for just a minute.
Facts. I'd say one thing, though. While Zach LaVine looked like Zach LaVine should look, 215 million, you want him to look that good, right? I tell you who didn't look good. James Harden. Anybody put an APB out for where the heck his game is gone? Because James Harden has not looked like the same James Harden of old period. Now I know he's still averaging 22, 10, and 6, which is like, hey, that's still all-star caliber numbers. He's still doing stuff at a really high level, but absolutely has not looked good to me all season. And so it's interesting to see that he, still carry such a hefty price tag and trade talks and stuff like that. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Although I've never been a James Harden fan, that's a little bit of my bias. I try not to be too biased on this channel, but that's what it is. Getting back to some Bulls though. Another play that we got to shout out because everyone's gonna kill me in the chat if I don't. Everyone's gonna kill me tomorrow if I don't mention them. Patrick Williams, 16 points in the quarter. 16 points in the quarter. P. Will, what was that? They might drug test that man tomorrow. That's how good that was. At that point, you gotta give credit where credit is due. P. Will took advantage of his opportunity, and the thing I liked about it the most is you can actually see when he was the most confident, see when he was the most comfortable. His body movement looked totally different. He was in flow, and that's the P. Will that everyone loves. That's what P. Will that everyone sees the potential in, and they want to see get more out of. And I love to see that he actually had the opportunity to showcase that. Right after hearing the quote of DeMar saying he's going to cuss him out if he don't take a shot, you go up there and have a quarter like that. Good on you, young man. I like to see it.
No kidding. All right, we're gonna take our first caller and make sure I got the settings right here. We're gonna go to the 773. How you doing, caller?
You see those bulls in your front yard? You see those bulls in your front yard?
What they doing?
We in Philly all day and we going hard. On God.
Oh God, what's going on with you, Shay?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta fix something. Give me a sec. Okay. Can you hear Kid say something? Can you hear call?
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear Kid.
Yeah,
My
You
man.
hear me?
all right.
You hear me?
Yep.
I heard you, man. You said we was going hard. So what you got for me? What's your take?
Hey man, this is a emotional game for everybody, man. Emotional game for everybody. From Booch getting a triple double, from Kobe White hitting big time threes, from Zach LaVine doing what he did, Patrick Williams stepping up. Hey, I think this might be the turning point game that we might have been talking about. You know, everybody was screaming about trade this person, trade that person. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we might need to get a little small trade, maybe get some shooting. But I'm gonna say this, man. This shows you what this team can be. Okay, they didn't have Joel Embiid. Okay, whatever. We didn't have Alex Caruso and Javonte Green, who are our best defenders. But tonight, everybody stepped up tonight. This is a great team win, not one individual win, team win. Tonight, Patrick Williams, man, I mean, he definitely showed me something. I thought Harden was going to give him the business. Man, Patrick Williams, for a 6'9" guy, he kept up with James Harden. I thought that Alex Caruso being out, was going to hurt us a little bit, but man, Patrick Williams, you got to show him some love, P.Kidd. I know James Harden went off a little bit in the end, but at the end of the day, man, he kept James Harden on lock tonight. And Kobe White with them timely threes, Ayo coming out, putting the clamps on Maxi Kleber on. That's his name, Maxi Kleber, or no, I forgot. Tyrese Maxey. And Boot triple double. Zach LaVine proving that he earned that max contract. And hey, I got to give some credit for DeMar DeRozan. He knew he didn't have it. He moved the ball around, man. I love it.
Yeah, finally we're starting to see these guys move the ball around a little bit more than what we have. And I'm showing on the screen right now just kind of the way that the lead went. And
I see it.
Yeah, we were getting killed and turn it on. And that's the way we got to put it away. I'd rather win it this way than come out strong, have a good lead, and blow it in the second, and just have to fight back the rest of the game. These guys had killer.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, P.Kidd, you got to admit, this is the best win of the season so far.
Yeah.
When it comes to everybody's chipping in. Like, okay, fine. The Brooklyn game and the Boston Celtics game, that's whatever. But, man, this is the best one. This is the best one so far.
Agreed.
Yeah, you know what? It's a for a team that's been reeling, it does feel good, I would say the Brooklyn game meant more because it was a team that was full strength, but I can't take anything away from this particular game. Like I can't take that away from us. We absolutely, took advantage of their deficiencies, and we can only play who's in front of us. So it feels good. It feels good to see everyone chip in. Let's just keep it going.
And before I get up out of here, did you know that this is the first Chicago Bulls player to get a triple double since Jimmy Butler?
Really?
I think.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, you ain't gonna say I think after you made this definitive claim.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
DeMar hasn't had a triple double.
I don't know. I gotta fact check you now.
Yeah, get on him.
Bulls triple double.
Has Zach had one? I don't know, because I don't remember DeMar having one with us.
I almost thought Lonzo had one, quite frankly.
Heck, Kobe White had a triple double.
Yeah.
I don't think Kobe White has had one, man. I don't think so. Are you sure? I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. Check it.
We will.
Let's see.
Hey man, thanks for calling in. Enjoy the
I
rest.
appreciate you, my man. Tune in tomorrow. We got Utah tomorrow, man. Who you got? What you think Utah gonna do tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta just slow down. Laurie Marketing, Jordan Clarkson, and Colin Sexton, and we'll be good.
Man, you just named a whole lot of players. All right, you're right. I'll see you at the game tomorrow, man. Appreciate you.
See ya.
All right, peace, man.
Love.
Take care. All right.
This is the first one since Jimmy Butler, I think. Shay crazy, man. I love Shay, man.
All right, we're gonna go out to the 708. What's good? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey,
what's up now?
Nothing much, man. Well, I got a question. Do you guys think that today has probably been the most complete game from Zach LaVine that we've seen?
Absolutely. I mean, start to finish,
for sure.
He was on it, and 11 threes. That's the kind of performance you expect from a max player. Not every game, but damn, you better do it every now and again, you know.
For sure.
And today they displayed what they haven't really displayed all season long, which is a killer instinct. Once they got that lead, they did not let go.
And did you see how when we had came down, it was actually Zach LaVine's facilitating that brought us back. Well, DeRozan did hit 2 free throws, I believe, that gave us the lead. But what got us back to that position was the facilitating of Zach LaVine, and that's what makes me feel like he's had a very complete game today. It wasn't just the scoring, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's still some issues with DeMar passing over to Zach, but hey, we'll take what we can get, especially with a big win like this.
Yeah. No,
I really like how it seems like when DeMar scores less, we really seem to win a lot of those games. I just think he needs a smaller role. I like him as a closer for us, though.
Well, so then the solution to that is build up a lead going into the fourth that then you can just let DeMar take over and Zach will pick up the scraps.
Yeah.
Completely agree with that.
The crazy thing is, and it's I appreciate you calling in, my man, is Zach over the last 10
wait. I got one more thing to say.
All right, go ahead.
Hopefully Patrick Williams has shown you guys enough to let him off the trade talk already. I'm telling you, this guy's going to win Most Improved next season. I'm a huge believer in P. Will, I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've been talking about it on the stream, and you've been hearing Pat talk about it and the rest of us, that the Bulls, just like we watch Lowry go, just like we watch Wendell Carter Jr., Gafford, those guys, you know, those kinds of guys we don't really let develop. We kind of pick them as they flower and not when they fruit, and that's the problem.
And I can see him making Most Improved, honestly, but it all depends on what our roster makeup looks like. We have to be honest. You know, it's hard to develop a young talent again when you have Vooch, you got Zach, and you got DeMar. You know, if you look at just look at the stat sheet today, DeMar had an off game, but if DeMar was cooking, P. Will is not getting 16, 17 points. He's not getting those looks, right? There'd be a totally different makeup and construction.
It seems like P. Will is finding his role, though.
Hey, listen, if the one thing that has always been brought to my attention, that's absolutely true. P. Will is one of the few top 5 picks to have been limited so much where we really can't grade them. Like, how many top 5 picks do you know gets less than 8 shots or less a game?
Yeah,
that's true.
You know, so it's like, hey, it's not all his fault, right? And so if he does get traded, and if that is the case, I do believe he'll thrive because he'll probably be in a situation where he has more touches and they're more reliant on him. May not be the situation. Situations matter, right? And so I just hope that whatever happens, he just doesn't stop his own development. He has to own his career. You know, DeMar shouldn't say, "Oh, he needs to shoot or I'm gonna cuss him out." I shouldn't force you to do anything, right? That's the language you hear with P. Will. We have to force him, put him in situations and force him to do this, force him to do that. Why am I forcing you to do anything?
True, but he's responding. But he is responding, it seems.
He is responding, but you know, that's the difference between, like, we're talking about obviously players who play better than us, right? But we all know basketball when we see it. There's the difference between being here and there's a difference between being here. Everyone is holding him to this standard.
Yeah.
We ain't there yet. So It's like, hey, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it was a good win. I hope he celebrates it, and I hope he keeps the motivation. That motivates him to do better in the next game. So, appreciate you calling in, my man.
Thanks, man.
All right, for sure.
Have a good one. So here's a question to you, P.Kidd. What, we are always clamoring and discussing back and forth on this show about the Bulls need a dead-eye 3-point shooter to space the floor. What if it's Zach LaVine?
What if it's Zach LaVine?
Right?
It's funny. I just looked at this, and this is where, for me, consistency matters. So Zach in the last 10 games, let's just go last 5. It's easier. He had 2 games where he shot over 40% from the field. Both of those games he dropped 40. And both of those games he shot over 70% from the field. Those games in between, he shot under 40%. So
but you wonder if those are just plays, or if that's attitude, or what that is. It's so
I have
tough.
no idea.
So tough to tell. That's the thing, man. It's like I'll compare two eras here: the Jimmy era and the Zach era. Zach. Okay, let me rephrase this. Jimmy would never be known as a whiner. He would be known to cuss everybody out and be the alpha dog no matter what. Okay. And Nazi Muhammad actually taught him to be that way. And the thing is Zach isn't that. I don't think. I don't think he's the kind of guy to approach somebody else, though. I don't know the situation personally, so it's just speculation on my account. But do you sense that like there's really no alpha dog on this team? Do you even think a DeMar is actually the alpha dog? Who would you consider the alpha?
I think the league has changed. There's
Remember
always going to
remember we had 3 alphas? Now we barely got 1.
Yeah, I don't think there's like that mentality, and that, like, that's our era of basketball. Like, that's my favorite era of basketball. My favorite player had that type of, fight within him. And so I absolutely get what you're saying. It resonates with me a lot, but the game of basketball has changed so much, and they're making it that way to the point where it's like, I would say it's DeMar, but in all actuality, I mean, the only player that really comes to mind off top, and he's not even a great player, is like Patrick Beverly. Like, no one really has that type of edge to them anymore. Like, not in today's league, like that doesn't happen. And so
let me
I
tell
think
you
the one thing about it is body language means a lot. And so you can't find yourself complaining about a foul on one end, not getting back, not hustling. I think we just want them to play on, and because that's what we grew up watching. That's our era of basketball. And so, yeah, I really can't say that. I would say this is the only thing I would say. Our lack of having that type of vet on this team is probably the difference between us making the playoffs and making a Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I do believe that.
And I'm going to tell you something, and this goes out to everybody that's watching and everybody that catches the video later. I'm born and bred in Chicago, and I live in Southern California now, and I can tell the difference from somebody who came from Chicago that somebody who's here. Okay, it's a different kind of breed. Somebody who lives through the sweltering heat and then goes through ungodly cold winter. It hardens you as a person. And that's why Chicago fans demand more, because they live through more.
Yeah.
They're starting their car an hour early and fighting over clearing a parking space and all the rest of the drama that goes with it. And that's why we feel we deserve more. And that's why the fans are so pissed off when they don't get it, because they're putting it in every day.
Oh, yeah. Blue collar town. I mean, you got to think about all the teams that we really love and respect. Why do we love and respect them? You know, not take Michael Jordan in that era away from it. Although he's, you know, in my eyes, epitome of hard work and stuff like that, and what he had to overcome to get to that level of greatness. You know, that's why Derrick Rose is so loved, not just because he's a Chicago kid, but like he came in with the edge and was like really went to work. You know, sad that injuries really derailed him, but like you saw it, you saw the fear that he put, you saw the intensity that he played with, and that's that level of intensity and just belief that resonates with the whole city. You know, look at Io. When Io is actually being aggressive, look at how the city responds to Io.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's infectious. And it's like he's a one player on the Bulls that's not a star that gets that response. And it's not simply because he's a hometown kid, it's because he gets it. Like he's like you feel it, you see it, and that's it's a little different. So you're spot on with that. It's like, hey, but
he shows up, he does his job. You don't hear him complain. You don't hear him say a peep in the media about anything going on except, hey,
next play.
Know, that's right. Don't make me hit the IO voice button. I'm going to take another call. All right. Hang tight.
We got
to the 219. What's up, caller?
What's up, Marcus? What's up, P.Kidd? It's your boy Jamal back again.
Hey there.
What's you think up, Jay?
Not much, man. You know, I normally come in with the Will Smith, but I'm not gonna call in with it today, only for the simple fact that I'm still kind of pissed off about the Cleveland game. So, you know, 2 good games in the world. I'm gonna hit them with the Dominic Toretto. You know, it don't matter if you win by an intro now or win as a win. So, I'm still kind of scarred right now, so I don't want to get too hyped up and anxious.
Come on now. Come on, these are big games that we won. These are big games.
If they win tomorrow, I'll definitely do it. If they win tomorrow, I'll definitely do it.
Okay, but these are big games in the East, right? These are big games for us.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I'm proud of them and everything. But like I said, you know, I'm still kind of scarred right now. I'm giving. They got 2 games, tonight, 2-game win streak. Let's see if I can make 3. If I can make 3, I'm gonna definitely hit my catch.
All right, so you're back on the bandwagon after 3 wins, right? After a Utah win, you're on.
Man, come on, P.Kidd. No, I never leave the bandwagon. I'll be driving it.
What are you saying? You're just saying you're going to get over the emotional hurt that they caused. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I never left the bandwagon, but there've been a couple of times where I can let somebody else drive and I just sat in the back stolen. You know, like I ain't never left it. But
so D-Mitch broke your heart this week.
Yeah, I like a good 2 miles where I didn't want to drive.
Well, let me ask you this: what happens if Laurie comes into town and drops 40 on us in a win?
Drop 40, that's fine. If we get the win, that's all I care about. You can drop 40 all you want.
No, they get the win. What if he drops 40 and they get the win?
Oh, I'm gonna be angry again. I'm gonna go back to being angry. I'm gonna still be in the bandwagon, just be an angry passenger.
You're gonna be drinking early.
Yeah.
I asked that because the one thing I truly believe is I believe Laura's gonna have it out for us every time he sees us.
Yep.
For the next couple of years, and he should. He should. He absolutely should.
Like y'all were just talking about old school play and everything like that, and alpha males and all that stuff. And I think we do live in a time now where the traditional alpha isn't always going to be your best player or your leader of your team. Golden State is a fine example where traditionally Draymond Green would be called the alpha. He's the most boisterous and all that. But the best player and the leader of that team is by far Stephen Curry. And even Draymond knows that. Now, Steph recognizes what Dre is and knows I got to let this dude kind of do him in a sense to get the best out of him. But, you know, that whole mentality is gone from the NBA like it was back in the day. But at the same time, you still have that competitiveness where it's like, you traded me. Like, you drafted me and you told me all this stuff and then you traded me. So, of course, Laurie's going to come in and try to go off, especially when he knows that I'm playing really well and I'm in a better situation now than I've been in the last few years. I expect Laurie to try to come in here and go off before it. I would think less of him if he did it. But I would tell him to go for 40. I just want us to win. If we win, I'll give you 40 points all day. Congrats to you.
I want to see Lowry showcase what he's got. I really do. I want to see him in full bloom go at it against us, and I want to see Zach with you know some some revenge of his own, basically. That
I would love that too. Like I said in a couple of games ago, as you guys know, I'm a big Zach Levine fan, and I remember when we drafted Lloyd and we traded for Zach, and everybody was saying like, why did we trade? Even I was questioning like, why we traded for a dude who's coming off an ACL tear. Mm-hmm. But he came back in that next year, and I saw him play. Everybody was loving Laurie, and they was like, Laurie's future, he's going to be the franchise guy. And I was looking at Zach like, nah, Zach is that dude. And I kept telling people like Zach Levine is going to be that guy, like, and nobody would believe me. So that's why this season's been so frustrating for me, because I was one of the main ones rising like Zach is going to be this dude, and then he comes out the way that he has. He's had some good games, but he hasn't been what we've expected of him. And so that's what's been really frustrating when it came to me watching Zach Levine. It's not just the fact that you had to get healthy, but also the fact of like, I know what my expectations of you were, and I expected you to have those same high expectations. I can understand you getting your legs under you, but I had faith in you. And I'm not saying I'm off his bandwagon either, but it's just that mentality. So, yeah, I expect Lloyd to come in here and try to really hoop, but I do want to see Zach go out there and say, nah, let me show you why they chose me and not you, and things like that. Even tonight, like with Patrick Williams, I was happy to see Patrick. I thought was just going to have a really good defensive game against James Harden, and that was going to be it. They'll probably take about 3 or 4 shots, but he's going to focus his energy. He came out in that second half, and when he went off with Zach in that third quarter, and I'm looking at Patrick like, what was so frustrating and happy at the same time these last 2 games with Patrick is, it didn't take them having to want to play for you directly. You made yourself available and was a receiver of it. Like, they looked for you, but you made yourself, you cut, or you flashed to the middle, or did something
you ran
that
your
made
route.
you more available to score.
They ran the route. Yeah,
exactly. And then that became more of an aggressive pass. So that's what has been frustrating with Pat, like I said. Like I said, Zach, he played his game. You attacked, but you also, even when it came to the 3, you got hot from 3, but catch and shoot threes, as they have said, has been his bread and butter. When he's waiting there and coming off the screen and waiting there and everything, they just pass to him. He's been a monster from knockdown, catch and shoot threes. Let's run more of that instead of just having him try to, set up. There's been very few players that can set up their own shot from 3.
Yeah.
Steph Curry is the king of it, but not many people can do it, So
all right, well,
work for what you're good at.
Check in with us tomorrow, and let's see how your
it is, my man.
We will see. I will be there.
All right, man.
We're coming down to the end of this one. I know we try to have a 30-minute run rate. Run rate. Oh God, why did that take? I had a stroke right there, didn't I? Anyway, so we got Utah coming up. That's the next game. That game's at 7 tomorrow. What are your thoughts on it? What do you got? We've been talking about Laurie, but I'm actually I'm thinking not just Laurie, but what happens if Jordan Clarkson goes off for what he goes off for? What are your thoughts on that, Marcus? Before we
I think actually that we're going to take tomorrow's game as well, and I think quite handily, frankly. The Bulls, it's been a while since we've had a couple of good games in a row before a home stretch, and I think the UC crowd is going to be pumped up at the action that they've seen their Bulls pull off in the last couple of games. I can't wait. It's going to be a really great Saturday night game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it right now. Rolling into it. They look like I'm looking at see if there's anybody that's going to be down. I don't see anything so far. So it looks like they're going to be full strength. So no excuses. No excuses on either end. Looks like we're gonna see what we're really made of there. Larry Markin is rolling in, leading that team with 24.5 points a game and 25 points a game and 8 rebounds a game. So let's see if he continues to cook, man. But Zach, off of a monster game, the one thing Zach has not done, and you can go back and look, if you look at his most explosive games, he's followed them up with duds. So right now, we're talking about, hey, passing the torch, let him be that guy, let him cook, let him earn his dollars. Now we have to string it together. So can he string it together is what I'm looking at. So for me, it's not rather win or loss. I'm really not on that. It's the continuity with what the game plan is. Are we going to see more of the same people that we saw tonight? Shots may or may not go in, but his aggressiveness, how well he looked, him being on the floor, how he ran the floor. Zach, same thing. Are we going to get more of that, or is it going to go back to the game of old? And that's what I'm looking for, because we're talking about Utah, and I know it's a nice storyline, but I'm looking at that Celtics game on Monday. And it's like, hey, if we make it into the playoffs and we expect us to be a bottom, lower tier team making it to the playoffs, the Brooklyn Nets, the Boston Celtics, those are teams we might actually have to match up against. I want to see how we match up against them, so we build that confidence rolling into it. So that's what my thoughts are. I'm predicting the Bulls win simply because I got to go with the hometown team, or obviously my team. But I don't really care whether we win or lose. I'm really looking forward to Monday, and that's probably a bad way to call it, but that's really where my heart is.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this show, and we will catch you again tomorrow for the post-game live. My apologies to all the callers that are on the line. I know we've got like 3 or 4 that are on there, and sorry we couldn't get to you. Let's have you call back again tomorrow, and we'll make sure that we get you on first thing. Okay. So until then, take care, everybody. Go Bulls.
Peace.